To create a new patient record, new client record, the first thing to do is to click on the new patient button. I know there's you can see up the top here, there's a new record button here. If you hit that one, it'll leave you on the same layout, but you need to go to a different layout. So when you make a new record, so instead of using that top new record button, use the new patient button, as we'll do now. And that takes us to the edit details layout. The reason why there's an edit details and the home page details is that the critical data you've got to come to this layout to change it. That way you can't inadvertently wipe out critical data when you're on the home page. And you just put the person's name in, typing in the name into each field and then tabbing from field to field. Now we've got all the data in there. You can see various things occurring, and you can see that we've got the address details, a date of birth, that the person's male, and so forth. Also, the program automatically tags a person as a new client when you make a new record. As time goes by, that status will change, and you'll notice that the color prompt will change as well. So if we click on that one, new client, and change it to current client, it changes color. And a VIP gets the royal purple treatment, and a prospect inactive, don't contact, and so forth. And if they're deceased, that's to really catch your attention to make sure you don't try and get in contact with them. And so this guy's a new client. We'll reset him back to the new client status. Beside the new patient button, there are another two buttons. One is a list of the patients or your clients, and the other one is taking to the help area of the program. So we click on the list button. There's our list of clients. In this case, I've only got two. Click on the little arrow, and that takes us back to the details page, and then we go back, of course, to our edit details. I'll just mention briefly now some of the buttons up at the top and what their functions are. We've got a button called Show All, I've just highlighted there. You'll notice here we've got 4 records, but we've only found 1. The others are hidden in the background. If you hit Show All, it brings them all back again. Again, we've got that new record button, but when you're creating a new client record, don't use the button here. Use the one on the screen down here. Delete record command, that gets rid of the current record. We've got a find button. Let's go into the find mode, and it automatically drops down a list of patients, and let's say we'll find William Wordsworth, and we'll just click on continue to the enter key, should I say. Click on the enter key on the keyboard to complete the find operation. And there we go, we found Mr. William Wordsworth. You can also, if you have a pile of people, you can actually sort them alphabetically. But you notice again we've got 4 records, we've only found 1 up here. And so what we'll do is we'll click on the Show All, and we've got 4 records totally, and they're unsorted and they're all visible. So if we go to a list view via this button here, there's a list of our clients. And notice that their name is color coded, showing you whether a new patient or a current patient, etc. Go back to details, William Wordsworth, and there we go. Just about every field on this in this program is searchable. Click on the find button, we'll get rid of that one, and just say we want to find people in Queensland. So the search criteria says we've got 1 find request up here. You notice way up the top here on the left, and if you look down the bottom, I'll have to drag the viewer down the bottom, which I've just done. You'll notice down here it tells us that we are in the find mode. So once more, going back up to the top again, we're still in the find mode. We're going to find any client who comes from Queensland, and we press the enter key to find that person or those people. So it's found 2 out of the 4. Look up the top here, it's found 2 out of the 4 records on the database. So you can search on anything. You can search on people from a particular area, of a particular age, how they're finding you, who they're referred by. It's quite a powerful searching system. To create new assessments, first of all, click on the tab for the assessments, and it takes you to the assessments choice layout, and we can create a new body analysis. We can create new graphs, and the graphs we'd be creating would be a health graph and a neurograph, and also a recommendation sheet is created at the same time. So when you click on new body analysis, you make a new body analysis record. When you click on new graphs, you make the 3: health graph, neurograph, and recommendations. Not only that, when you've created any of those, the heading body analysis, recommendations, neurograph, and health graph, the color changes, which lets you know that there are records there for that particular client. So at this stage, let's click on new body analysis. And that takes us to the BIA module, and you can see here that you've got a blank record into which you can start entering the details. We covered a lot more in another movie. To create the new graphs, click on the new graph button, and that'll take you to the data input page for the health graph. You'll also notice up the top here the neurograph button has been changed from a dark color to pink, and the same as with the script. And what that means is that they also have a record created which relates back to this particular record as well. So it's all done automatically right from the very beginning. And as you start putting numbers in, you'll see this in more detail in a subsequent movie, you'll then see various priorities showing. And if we click on the neurograph button, we go to the neurograph. We can either go to it or find a neurograph related to this particular health graph, and the dialog window comes up, and we can decide either just to go to the neurograph or to find a neurograph related to this particular health graph, and we'll say find in this case. There are no scores entered, so hence all the zeros we have there. If we click on the button up the top here, the scores button, that'll take us to where we input our data. And we put the information in. You'll start to see a result. There's a little coloured buttons to the left of each of the questions showing you the severity of the problem. And if we click on the button for the neurograph, there you have some of the graph results. Again, this is covered in a little bit more detail in the other movies. And you'll notice now how all of the travel buttons to go to those particular graphs and recommendations and body analysis are pink, because there's a record there which we've created for Mr. William Wordsworth. Back on the client home page now, if we click on client notes, we're able to come here and put in some information. So feeling a bit crook, a detox required. We'll give him some multiflora and some GI2. Now once we have the information in there, you can then secure the data, and what that will do is it'll take the information out of this field, put it into the secure database, and put a date and time stamp on it. So we'll click on secure, or save shall I say, and you can now see we've got a date and time stamp, plus we have all the details. That's just so that you can prove that that's a true and accurate record of your client's visit. The only other way of doing it, of course, is to have a written paper record, but this is just a secure, and because you can't get in there and change anything, that can only be done by someone like myself who has all the deep developer programming knowledge. This would then be a true and accurate record if you were ever chased by somebody for malpractice or whatever, so you can prove what you did was true and correct. We also have a Quick Notes button to take us to the Quick Notes database. We'll just go there now. And on the Quick Notes database, you'll notice there are Quick Notes, there are products, there are protocols, neurotransmitters. And we'll click on the Quick Notes button. And that takes you a list of Quick Notes that I'd created over a period of time. But you can put information in here from wherever you wish, but again, this is covered in a little bit more detail in a subsequent movie. Another thing that I need to mention is that certain times when scripts are running, you'll need to press on either the continue button on the screen or on the enter key on a PC or the return key on the Mac. Let me just show you what I mean. We're here now on the BIA module, so let's click on the print preview button here to show you what I mean about continuing a script. Click on the preview and it takes us to the first page of the preview. This is what the program will print out for your clients, and you can see that it's got the name of the clinic, it's got the clinic logo and the patient's name. On the right hand side of the screen we've got a continue button up the top here. There we go, up the top there. So if we click on continue, it'll take us to the next page of the print preview. So I'll click on continue. I had to move the viewing screen for the training movie right over to the left again, because my screen's quite wide, so the continue button is quite a way away. So even though you can't see it, I'll click on the continue button again on the right hand side up the top. Script paused it says, and then continue. Click continue, takes us to the next page and the next page and the next page and so forth until the script is finished. Click on the continue again just to show you where it is again. Let me just drag this across. There's our continue button on the right hand side there. Click on continue and it will take us back to the home page once more. On the health graph there's also a preview button, so if we click on the preview button it'll take us into the previewing the recommendations for this patient. And here they are here. And of course we're running a script and the script is paused. We go drag this across to the right hand side and there you can see script pause, continue. I click on continue and we've now got a choice. We can print the recommendations or go back to the health graph itself, and let's say in this case we'll choose the health graph instead. We just go back to the health graph and here we are once more back on the health graph. So as I said, there are occasions when scripts will run and you'll be expected to perform another task like hitting the continue button on the screen or pressing the enter key on your PC or the return key on your Mac, so the script can continue and complete, because whilst the script is running, if it hasn't stopped, the travel buttons or the other buttons won't work until the script is completed and finished. If you're not sure, please give me a call and I can show you on your own computer.